and it's Wexley spills the tea. I feel like this is one of those like pineapple teas or like fruit tea. Like, you guys remember?
Oh yeah, actually, have you heard of the Alley Cat tea? You might see it at your local grocery store.
Okay,
it's fucking expensive, but dank as hell, and I think that's what we're pouring up on now. It's a nice fruit tea. I recommend it if you want to spend a lot of money. Go get some, but it's fucking good.
Nice. I'm into it. What's first thing on the ballot?
Start pouring up on that WWE stuff, and I don't know if you guys saw this. It's a possible SummerSlam spoiler by Mattel.
Uh-oh.
I did.
They just previewed this new Brock Lesnar figure that includes both of the belts. The red and the blue, the SmackDown and the Raw, the Universal Undisputed, whatever the fuck they call it now. It's the new toy coming out featuring both belts. So I feel like unless he doesn't win it here and wins it later down the line, but still it doesn't make much sense. Do you think that's a spoiler? Do you think that was a short-sighted by Mattel there?
No, I mean, see, I feel like the super fans are going to debate that, but I feel like it makes sense even if it's not, like, even if it's just they made it. I mean, it makes sense.
He has held the Universal title and the WWE title, so.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that just makes sense, but I mean, if they do put the title on Brock, I don't think that's a bad idea. You know, I mean, like, Roman's had it for a long time, and I feel like if he does the job to anybody, being Brock makes the most sense. I'd much rather see somebody like Rollins take it off of him, or, you know, a healthy Cody Rhodes, obviously. But that's probably not going to happen right away. They're just not going to do Rollins and Reigns again, especially when they're both heels. But I would like to see it. However, yeah, if it's on Brock, I mean, whatever. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, if it is a spoiler, cool. If it's not, either way, it's a toy, you know?
I think that a lot of times they get that programming so early, the toy companies do, in order for them to manufacture them and all that fun stuff, that it would be hard for me to believe that it's a spoiler about SummerSlam, because I feel like Brock was a late in the game call based on everybody else's availability in the first place.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'll see where you're going. I'm catching what you're pitching over here. So, one show that we don't really watch WWE related is NXT 2.0. It's kind of been that garbage and it's been around, but they are in some serious hot water and you know, accusations of some gimmick infringement here, because the new star that's debuted this week, Axiom, is a kid who used to be on NXT UK, is donning this whole new mask, this new gimmick called Axiom, which is literally a fucking complete ripoff of this indie wrestler named Razor Wing that's been around
I saw
years.
that.
And it is even the pose down to the T, it's 100% ripoff.
No, I saw that online. And yeah, I mean, that's tough. I mean, because to me, it's like there's too many things that are coincidental. It's not like you can't say, oh, I didn't know who that was. Yeah, it's kind of rough. I don't know if, I mean, as an independent wrestler, I highly doubt that he's got that gimmick trademarked, which sucks for him.
Well, he has Razor Wing, I think, trademarked, but not Axiom.
Well, either way, I'm saying like the look, the mask,
look, yeah,
like the design.
But it's so obvious. Like,
I don't think
WWE is going to be. I mean, they will be that big of assholes because they are, and they will just say "fuck you."
Of course, they will.
Yeah, they're not. There's going to be nothing that comes of this other than some heat from some people that WWE could care less about.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny, actually. Apparently, Deonna Purrazzo was originally pitched this gimmick before A-Kid, which that's insane. Like, I don't even see how that would even work for her, because that's not her. That's not her.
Yeah,
so weird. She doesn't even work that style either.
No,
that's weird.
Not at all.
That's weird.
Well, that's WWE creative there for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, rocking on all one.
That's supposed to be Sean though these days, man. That surprises me. It really does.
I don't think he's in charge of creative. He's just like the gorilla guy. Like,
oh, that's right. 2.0 has writers now. They have like regular writers the same way Raw and SmackDown do, but Sean is just kind of doing the.
I think he's more in charge of like the talent relations-ish side of things, and programming and like head agenting and stuff along those lines.
He's like Jim Ross back in the day, or Christopher Daniels for AEW, something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's in there. But speaking of WWE, we were teased last week. We're going to get a big reveal. Ric Flair is coming after one of WWE Raw's own. And I'm like, who's it going to be? We're going to get someone cool? But then it was announced for Ric Flair's last match, he's teaming up with Andrade to take on Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, which I get the story, but don't fake hype us like that, like someone from WWE Raw. You mean someone who got hired backstage within like the past couple months? Like, dude, I mean, I like Jeff Jarrett. I get where they're going, but that was very underwhelming, very disappointing announcement.
Boo. It's bad.
I think it would have been less underwhelming without the tease, though. You know,
Exactly.
I mean, like,
no tease. We would have been fine with the tag match because we were already kind of thinking that. But that tease.
Well, they've already announced that same match in Puerto Rico. Remember a couple weeks ago when I was like, "Hey, this isn't even his actual last match. Like he's doing this. He's doing another match, and like that's the match in Puerto Rico." So we should have just. I mean, remember that it's gonna be. I think he's gonna turn it into like this last match tour thing. Like mark my words, it'll be Flair in Nashville, Flair in Puerto Rico, Flair.
Oh, he's just like go all over the world,
London,
do it everywhere.
Flair in Japan. Flair. I swear to God, that's what he's gonna turn it into.
Hey, he's the original true traveling world's champion. I'll say that.
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch the show just because I think the card actually looks pretty good, and I'm like interested to see what they do creatively to make it more story-ish based, especially with like the JCP kind of vibe to it. It's interesting to me, but yeah, I'm very underwhelmed with the main event. Jesse, what do you think?
I thought they did a really good job with the video build and just the way that whole thing came about and the attack on Flair at the press scrum and all that fun stuff. I mean, like I thought those have come together really well. And the interviews that they scored, you know, you got HBK in there, you got Crockett in there, you got a lot of people in there that are attesting to Rick's, you know, ability to perform for his last match prior to the announcement. And of course, next episode is a signing. We all know how those go.
Yeah.
And, you know, Idolo is going to be present for that, which would be the first time he's actually on site for something to do with any of this. And that'll probably amp it up a little. I really, really, honest to God, wish that it was either Flair versus Lethal or Flair versus Jarrett, and it was a singles, even though I know Flair probably can't carry a singles at this moment. But
has a hurt foot right now, so that's one thing to add.
There's just something about it that makes me wish that it was, you know, not a tag. But, I mean, all four guys, great talent. I think it's suiting that Jeff Jarrett's in the match. So, you know, we'll see.
I think that, I mean, Jarrett and Flair have a similar style. Jarrett is not in the same conversation as Ric Flair, but
no.
They do have a similar style. Yeah, what else we got on the docket there, Wexley?
I mean, kind of just dig a little bit more into that. Like that whole weekend we got coming up with SummerSlam and Ric Flair's last match, even though the main event kind of lackluster because what we thought it was going to be built to, but like the whole card, just like Jesse said itself, is pretty fucking awesome. You literally have people from every major promotion across the country and indie promotions because they just announced this Bunkhouse Battle Royale, like a little Dusty Rhodes tribute type deal. And it's literally got people from like Progress to fucking Black Label Pro to like random FSW, like so many random indie promotions like Crowbar, Old School. He's in that. He's going to be in it. We got some fucking heavy hitters and they keep announcing them. So right now, in real time, I'm gonna pull up see if we got any more announcements for the Bunkhouse Stampede, unless anybody or the Bunkhouse Battle Royale, unless somebody else has it pulled up before I do. But I mean,
I
literally,
don't have that pulled up,
hitters.
but I don't know if anybody really knows this. But I mean, we're not really watching WWE regularly, and so I did pull up the card for SummerSlam, and it really doesn't look bad. I mean, they got Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar on top, as we knew. Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin, which I feel like could be really good.
Hey, that's long-term storytelling. They were both members of the Indianapolis Colts at the same time. Yeah,
I mean that's kind of crazy. That's really wild, actually. I mean, I think Lashley versus Theory could potentially be good, but I hate Bobby Lashley as a babyface. It's impossible to have sympathy for a dude that looks like that. I mean, he's literally a black He-Man. Like he is a straight-up action figure, and it's so hard for people to feel sorry for him. I think he's a fantastic heel, and I think he's a really good bell-to-bell. I don't understand the babyface part of it. But then again, I don't think Theory is at this point in his career he has to be a heel because he just has to be a heel. But I do think he's eventually going to be an amazing babyface.
He's a good-looking kid, and he's young, and he can go. I mean, he's got the whole package. There's no way to bring him in as a baby right now and have it go over in any way whatsoever.
No, I agree. For sure. We have the Usos versus the Street Profits, which I think is going to be awesome. Like it's
with Jeff Jarrett as the special guest referee.
Yeah, and it's for the undisputed tag team titles, which I think is I'm really grateful that they're getting rid of a lot of these belts and like turning them back into one thing. I'm anxious to see if they change the designs.
The designs are such shit.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I'd be ready for more throwback thing, and hopefully, if Cody Rhodes if Cody Rhodes has the influence in like the office that people are saying that he does, hopefully he is bringing some of these good ideas with him. But hopefully he does change the designs. Liv Morgan, Ronda Rousey's on the card. I think that's going to be a pretty decent match.
I think that's hit or miss, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's either going to be pretty decent or it's going to be pretty bad. I don't think it'll be mediocre. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be one of the two.
Yeah, it's either going to be either or. I get you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying there. We got Riddle versus Rollins, which that's going to be sick.
That's potential to be really fucking good.
That'll be match of the night. That'll be match of the night for sure.
And
Bianca
they got
Belair,
real life heat to add to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch, which I feel like is kind of meh. Like, I feel like we've
already seen it a bunch of different times.
And then Logan Paul versus The Miz could be good. It could be a good actual belt-to-belt match. I mean, I know everybody hates Logan Paul, as everyone should, and The Miz is The Miz. And I feel like WWE is booking Logan Paul like he's a babyface. Like, people like him, even though he has all these followers. But I really don't think they understand that everybody on Earth hates Logan Paul. Like,
right.
So
everyone hates the Paul brothers.
Like, just turn Miz babyface. Like, it's been a long time since Miz has been babyface. We need a babyface Miz run. I think it would help his career at this point. And I think that, like, who doesn't like Miz at this point? Like, that dude has more than earned his stripes. You know what I mean? Like, if you still act like the Miz is not good, you're not paying attention, dude. Like, you're not. You don't.
He's not
really
one of my
know.
favorites, but I definitely respect him.
Exactly, and that's fair. I'm not saying that you got to say he's one of the greatest of all time. I'm just saying, like, he is very good at what he does. He deserves his flowers at this point in his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
so another thing, next week, what show we're covering is Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor. We got a lot of hype this week for that on AEW Dynamite. And I think the card's actually looking pretty good. And it was just announced that the Briscoes have signed an exclusive contract with ROH, which that's great.
Do you have that whole card in front of you?
I don't have the entire card in front of me, but I can go ahead and name off what I know off the top of my head.
Okay.
We got the Briscoes versus FTR for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships.
Love
and that. FTR, especially Dax Harwood, cut the babyface promo of the decade on Dynamite. I don't know if you saw that.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my DVR. I plan on watching it tonight.
And I'm saying, goddamn it! It got me fucking hyped for this match. And their last match was fantastic. That's going to be a banger. What do you guys think about that one? Who do you think is going to take that?
Ooh.
I mean, that's hard call, man.
Yeah, that's very hard.
Yeah, that's tough, dude. I mean, it's going to be interesting to say the least.
For sure. We got Samoa Joe going up against Jay Lethal for the World Television Championship.
Yeah.
So we got that match. We got Jonathan Gresham taking on Claudio Castanola for the ROH World Championship.
And I think Claudio's winning that.
I think Claudio's winning it too. Gresham's had a long run during a very weird era, but I think this is kind of it for him. I think this is Claudio taking the belt that he never got.
I think that Blackpool Combat Club becomes a Ring of Honor faction, period. I think that they're going to need the star power, and when Daniel Bryan comes back, that'll be a big pop for Ring of Honor. It'll work. It makes sense. I think Dean Ambrose leaves and just stays solo in AEW. Which, honestly, he doesn't fit. I mean, I know that like William likes him and everything, but like he just doesn't fit. Like the rest of the guys are wrestlers, and Moxley's a brawler. Like it doesn't work, But yeah, I mean, I would love to see Blackpool Combat Club just take over Ring of Honor. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the cards in front of me for Death Before Dishonor and Ric Flair's last match, both actually at this moment. Pretty much, we covered everything on Death Before Dishonor. Mercedes
we do
Martinez.
have that pure championship title defense though. Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia, which is going to be great.
It's Yuta though. I mean, Yuta retains.
Yeah, Yuta's winning, but both of those motherfuckers are going to put on a show.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the pure rules too. It's going to be great.
Yeah, me too.
We also got a 6-man tag match on there, Jesse too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the ROH. So they are keeping the ROH 6-man titles alive.
Oh wow.
The Righteous versus Dalton Castle and the Boys. Which
Okay.
I thought the Boys went to NXT. I didn't realize they got released. I guess they did. But they got signed at some point, so I don't know when they got let go. But
Shit! So like it's the original Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh damn! I didn't know. I didn't know they left NXT either.
The Tate twins, yeah.
Well, fuck yeah! That should be a good one too.
Yeah, it's
and they signed the show Willow Nightingale, who I'm a big fan of, versus Allison Kay. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah.
That's the pre-show match, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mercedes Martinez versus Serena Deeb. I think that pretty much wraps it up, right?
Yeah. Well, for now.
No. Actually, Tully Blanchard's guys, the Gates of Agony, don't they have a match?
It's not listed on the one in front of me, but
I thought they did, but
I would imagine they will. Even
maybe
if
we
it's
get some
pre-show,
Brian Cage on the show too. Maybe he'll interfere with Jonathan Gresham and Claudio. You never know.
Yeah, who's in Tully? Who all's in Tully's faction now? It's Brian Cage and who else?
The Gates of Agony and Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah.
Oh, Gresham. That's right. I knew he was in there. Gotcha.
Which
Tully might Tully in the main event. We might get some Regal too. You never know.
It's true. It's very true. It's very true.
Should be a good
Tully
show.
and
I
Regal
mean,
fucking go at it, bro.
So what's the overhaul on the Ric Flair show, on the JCP show, I should say?
So we got the Bunkhouse Battle Royal right now. So far announced are Crimson, Crowbar,
boo.
James Storm,
Boo.
Commander, who is I don't know if you guys saw any of the GCW shows from this last weekend, but pulled this fucking crazy rope walk avalanche Hurricane Rana to the
that was him,
outside.
the AAA dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking sick.
It was
He
fucking
should be
crazy.
sick.
Sin Bodhi, otherwise known as Kazarni, is going to be a part
Oh,
of it.
Kizarni, classic,
Ricky Shane Page of GCW is going to be a part of it.
classic.
And Bully Ray.
Ooh, that
That's
must have been just announced.
That's
'cause that
everybody
was not
announced?
announced 5 minutes ago when I checked.
That's a big one. And then, of course, more to be announced there. Then we got the Von Erichs, Marshall and Ross versus the Briscoe Bros,
Nice.
Jay and Mark. The Wolves, American Wolves versus Motor City Machine Guns.
Ooh, classic TNA matchup.
We have Ricky and Kerry Morton with Robert Gibson versus Brian Pillman Jr. and Brock Anderson with Arn Anderson.
Oh,
like
the
that.
Four Horsemen versus
like
the
that.
Rock
That's
and Roll
good. That's cool.
Express. That's sick.
Little legacy situation going on there. Ray Phoenix versus Laredo Kid versus Black Taurus versus Bandito in a 4-corner match.
That might be match of the night. Sorry, that sounds.
I mean, that
fucking
sounds
awesome.
like. I mean, yeah. Honestly, because to be totally honest with you, like outside of nostalgia, like let's be honest, man. The Brock Anderson, like Brian Pillman Jr. match, like bell to bell match is not going to be a banger. I don't think.
No, it's gonna be a fun match. It's gonna be fun, but it's
yeah,
not
it's all
gonna be a
nostalgia.
banger.
Psychologically speaking, it'll be good.
Yeah.
probably. It'll be a passable match. I don't think it's going to be like match of the night.
No. And then we got in another 4 corners match, we have Alan Angels, formerly of the Dark Order, Mr. Number 5.
No, he's still in the Dark Order, by the way.
Either way, whatever.
No, they tagged in New Japan still as the Dark Order, so that I like
Fair
that
enough.
Dark Order lives.
No one cares. Nick Wayne.
Damn. So-
I mean, come on. Let's be real.
The Dark Order. Yeah, it's laughable at this point for sure.
Nick Wayne, Konosuke Takeshita, who has been very impressive on not only AEW, but in GCW and Jersey City Wrestling and every fucking appearance we've seen him in. And Jonathan Gresham. That's another 4 corners match right there. That's probably going to be fucking awesome.
that could, yeah. Fuck.
Clark Connors versus Ren Narita. Jordan Grace versus Deanna Purrazzo versus Rachel Ellering in a triple threat match for the Impact Knockouts Championship. Killer Cross with Scarlett Bordeaux versus Davey Boy Smith Jr. That's going to be probably a very hard thing.
Probably not that good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's seen better days, man. He's just seen better days. He's just not. He doesn't look like himself anymore.
Yeah. Josh Alexander versus Jacob Fatu for the Impact Wrestling World Championship. And then, of course, Jay Lethal and JEFF, JARRETT with Karen Jarrett versus Andrade El Idolo and Ric Flair. So that is the rundown of the card for Ric Flair's last match, January 31st at the legendary Municipal Auditorium, Nashville, Tennessee.
So does Ric Flair die is the question.
No. And then I'll say for nostalgia factor and just for the, like, to be honest with you, so far, the Battle Royal entrance, that sounds like dog water. Like, that sounds like just a straight up, like, popcorn match. That's fine.
Crimson.
That's fine. Yeah, Crimson and Bully Ray in a Battle Royale. That'll put ass.
So, I
in the
mean,
seats,
TNA
you know?
in
like,
the dying days.
yeah, it's
the
not.
dying
That's
days of
no
TNA.
one is
Not
coming to see
Impact, but
Crimson
TNA.
wrestle. Like, no one, period, is coming to
No
see
one gives a shit
Crimson
about Crimson except for maybe 2 or 3 of his friends in Clarksville or whatever. But, like, you know, I do think the Bully Ray thing is a great addition.
Oh yeah. I'm saying, like, he can't be the main. You know what I mean? Like, surely, I mean, I don't know. He's not the draw of the Battle Royal, is what I'm saying. And if he is, then it's like meh.
Hopefully, MAGA
I'm not
Crimson
shitting on the
gets
card.
eliminated
The card is
first.
fine. The card is fine. It doesn't. I mean, it's a novelty. You're gonna tune into the train wreck to see what happens. Like,
I will be there live to see what happens. By the way,
I am genuinely jealous. And if like I was gonna be in Nashville in town, I would 1000% be at that over SummerSlam. 1000%.
They just announced Brian Myers for the Battle Royal.
All right.
And Big Damo,
Okay.
formerly known as Killian Dane.
Yes, from Insanity. Where's Eric Young in this whole bit? He's got to pop up on this show, right?
Probably will wind up being in that Battle Royal.
He's a Nashville guy. He'll be here.
Yeah, he'll be there. They'll put him on for sure. Why would they
I
not?
also have a ticket to the after party, which is the night before this. So hopefully I can get some exclusive shit from some wrestlers or some other people.
After party. Gotcha.
Yeah, Starcast after party. Yeah, of course.
That's cool. That'll be fun.
I got the little package deal, the Super Something weekend with Ric Flair's last match and the after party. I might buy some tickets to New Japan and Black Label Pro also because I got paid today, wrestling.
I'll be at Southern Underground Pro at the East Side Bowl on Friday night, so I'll have to miss BLP, but the Southern Underground Pro card is going to be fucking badass too.
Awesome.
I might go to Southern Underground Pro because I was only going to go to BLP for Takeshka, but he's going to be on the Ric Flair's card, so.
There you go.
There you fucking go.
I feel like if this goes really well too, that whole conversation about Conrad potentially starting a promotion is definitely going to happen.
He just did. It's called JCP. He just revived it.
Yeah, I think he owns like the forever rights to it.
Now that's what I'm saying. I think this is the revival of the promotion.
Yeah, I think it is too, and I don't think he goes crazy with it, but I think that he does every Starcast, which so maybe like 4 events a year at most. I'd say probably about 2 events a year. Every time they have a Starcast, he'll have a show that weekend with it. Yeah. It just makes the most sense.
I would love that, and everybody contributes like they're doing now. It's a fun time.
And that's plenty. Like that's he's got enough going on certainly, but
so does wrestling for that matter.